Rappers are constantly judged based on the credibility of their lyrics. While some of these rappers make up their own stories for the clout, many rappers rap about their real life stories from the streets. Today, we're taking a look at some rap lyrics that actually happened. Put a pretty op in the morgue, huh? Call that drop dead gorgeous, damn. This bar, rapped by King Von, was about K.I., a female op from STL. K.I. was a GD and known for being ruthless. She took people's lives all the time. From this lyric, many people have speculated that King Von may actually be the one who took K.I.'s life. This may be far-fetched, but it definitely could be a possibility. Let us know your thoughts down in the comment section below. He survived one to the head, but it fucked up his body. Lil Durk should have ducked. Lil Durk reunites with Memphis rapper Pooh Shiesty on Should Have Ducked. The two took turns, going verse for verse about surviving gang-related conflict. The song addresses the life-taking of rival Chicago rapper FBG Duck. The rapper, born Carlton Weekly, was shot and had his life taken from him outside a Dolce & Gabbana store in Chicago's Gold Coast neighborhood last August. He had issues with Durk's label mate King Von, who's pictured on the cover of The Voice in its deluxe version, and was also shot in a nightclub in Atlanta. Durk also recalls when FBG Wooski survived being shot in the head at the funeral of fellow rapper Dooski the Man. He previewed the track back in December, eliciting an angry response from FBG Duck's mother. "Y'all really showing y'all rich off mentioning my motherfucking son," she said. "Y'all rich off mentioning Tuka. Show your craft. Do something else besides dissing music." This bar in particular is related to FBG Wooski, who was seriously wounded after being shot in the head while attending the funeral of fellow artist Dooski the Man. Durk claims that while Wooski survived the headshot, the rest of his body remained scarred by the altercation. Walzo ain't get to finish his status. He on the internet laughing, capping, then got caught without it. FBG Duck Exposing Me remix. Waldo 600 was a member of the 600 gang. The 600 gang is allied with O Block in the war against STL-EBT. Waldo was shot in the 300 block of East 63rd Street in Chicago. He was standing on the sidewalk in the 300 block of East 63rd Street just before 4:30 p.m. when a vehicle drove up and someone inside shot him in the head, police said. The police initially said the shooting scene was in the 6300 block of South Prairie Avenue. FBG Duck is talking about Waldo 600 in this bar, which took the life of Dooski the Man from MOB, and Waldo passed almost less than a day to get back for him. You can die with your gun just like Nooski. Nooski was a rapper who was well known for being Lil Durk's cousin. Lil Durk is definitely blown up at the moment. He's being featured by popular rappers all over and has made a name for himself in the rap industry for sure. It's pretty crazy he went from nothing to something in such a short amount of time. Durk's cousin, Nooski, was also blown up in the rap game before he had his life taken from him in a parking lot in 2014. Many believe that 051 Melly and Crump were involved in the incident. However, nobody knows for sure. Let off 23, then 7 more. That's how I came for bro. FBG Duck Exposing Me remix. This bar is referring to FBG Duck's deceased brother, FBG Brick. Most members of STL-EBT's music clique, FBG, have their own number. For example, Lil J goes by number 00 and FBG Duck goes by number 03. Brick went by number 30. This bar is in honor of Brick. 23 plus 7 equals 30. That's essentially what this bar means, 30 for 30. Letting off a full extendo, 30-round magazine, trying to score for his brother Brick. T-Roy ain't get shot inside his head, but he ain't make it though. James T. Roy Johnson was a 23-year-old member of the O Block Black Disciples gang. He passed from a gunshot wound to the chest on February 14, 2017. But T-Roy and OD. Them dead. Y'all heard about J Money? Getting did the same way. Don't play with gang, you don't want Lil Bro in your gangway. I know you heard about Lil Boo, they left it by a tire. Bullets was hitting him, he was singing like Mariah. FBG Duck, dead bitches. In the first part of this bar, Duck is dissing T-Roy and OD. T-Roy's real name, James Johnson, was born in the Inglewood area of Chicago's South Side. He passed from injuries sustained from a gunshot wound to the chest after walking into a store in the South Shore neighborhood on February 15, 2017. He was a black disciple from Wick City. He was really close to Big A, who died in 2016, and J Money also passed in 2013. He was also close to King Von and Chief Keef. O.D. Perry was a Black Disciples gang member who was gunned down to death on Wednesday, August 10, 2011 in Chicago, Illinois. Following his death, the Black Disciples clique of O.D. Perry decided to adopt the nickname O-Block in his honor. Duck goes on to call them dead bitches and clearly doesn't like these two. He then goes on to throw shots at J Money. Jerome J Money Wood was born in the Inglewood area of Chicago's South Side. Unfortunately, he had his life taken from him on September 2, 2013, Labor Day, with a gunshot to the head. J Money was a member of the rap group OTF and a Black Disciples gang member from the set known as O Block. In the line "Did the same way," Duck is saying people are having their lives taken from him the same way J Money was taken out. Allegedly, J Money got set up by a girl. He may also mean that his ops are catching headshots because J Money got 4 shots to his head. Finally, Duck talks on Lil Boo. I know you heard about Lil Boo, they left his by a tire. Bullets was hitting him, he was singing like Mariah. Jerome Lil Boo Anderson was a 22-year-old member of the 600 O Block Disciples gang. He was shot and had his life taken from him on April 3rd, 2015 in Chicago, Illinois. At the time of the shooting, the 600 said the Black Disciples was beefing with numerous other gangs. Many speculate that this was revenge by MOB for the passing of one of their members, Damian Lil Scrap Williams. Once Lil Boo was shot, he fell and passed away with his head by a tire. A common diss that his rivals use is to call him Tire Head. I got this Glock on me, the police came, my shorty took the case. Moo-wop, Nobody Move, featuring King Von. In this bar, King Von is rapping about the time he attended prom on June 7th with his girlfriend Mina Red. During the prom, a fight broke out, and Von, Mina, and Von's friend were all arrested. Mina took Von's gun so he wouldn't catch a case. It's also said that my shorty take the case could also refer to a younger gang member who can't be tried as an adult. If the shorty takes the case, he'll have less of a punishment than Von would. I saw him at the stove, but I ain't had my mask. It's the last time that the ops get in the pass. In this lyric, Von is talking about his rival Wooski. Wooski is a GD with a big brother named Big Mike, who's a BD. On May 29th, Von and Big Mike took the life of Wooski's cousin, Malcolm Stuckey, on the porch because he was mean mugging Von. So Von left, came back with backup, and took down Stuckey. One day, Von was out at the store and saw Wooski, and he could have ended their beef right there. But Von didn't have a mask and could have been easily identified by the police. Wooski said Von was too scared to look him in the eye, but Von said he was trying to lock the door and run off. He tried to run, but it ain't end right. They call that the can't get right. King Von blessed the booth freestyle. King Von wasn't just a rapper who talked about all this street stuff for the clout. He really lived the life he spoke of in his bars, and the work he put on the street was well documented. He even admits that himself. At the beginning of the freestyle, Von raps, "Let's talk bodies, I got several." And that itself is also well documented. Von himself is said to be responsible for taking the lives of at least 4 different people in Chicago. Clearly, he isn't afraid to let people know that. Just look up the facts, and it's evident that King Von was a dangerous person for sure. In the line, he tried to run, but it ain't end right. They call that the can't get right. Von talks on Can't Get Right, or Man Man, born DeAndre Wallace, who was a member of the Gangsta Disciples from the set known as STL in Chicago, Illinois. Unfortunately, he had his life taken on June 15, 2018. Man Man was very close to Chicago rapper FBG Duck, who was also shot that same day but survived. Can't Get Right was shot to the ground by a store on 63rd and Vernon. The student also left Troy Hampton, 43, lifeless, whom authorities claim was an innocent bystander.